Hi folks, it's Zach, and welcome back to my series on tips and tricks for Star Wars The Old Republic. Today I'm going to show you on Imperial side this time, some easily farmable heroics for easy cash, companion gifts, and legacy gear. So for the prerequisites for this, you do need at least a level 60 character that has gotten up through and to Chapter 10 of the new expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire. I do recommend having you can have basically almost any gear that you want. But if you do have the capacity for higher levels of gear, it just helps. It's not necessary or mandatory or by any stretch of the imagination. I'll be rocking today some old 6-piece set bonusing and some 208s, which is basic gear that I crafted. So I'm trying to show you that I have okay gear. It's not great, and you can still rock and roll through this. I do have a companion out, and they will be in DPS stance for this. And if you're wondering, for my sniper, he will be in marksman stance for this. Alright, and reason being is where we're going to go, there's a lot of weak, bad guys. They're low level, they have low armor, low health, and we can just that way spam through their health bars. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and click on this terminal here, and I'm going to scroll down to Hutta. And for this, I do recommend using either a sniper, a merc, or one of the agent or bounty hunter classes. Either one will work. I like snipers the best just because they have a large AoE and they don't take much damage while in cover, and you're going to be doing that a lot. But you can choose whatever you want. I'm going to take all 4 of these. I will warn you though, factory recall is one of almost everything on Hutta is just like it was on Ord Mantell, except even more competitive than it was on Republic side, which means that it's an open world area that everybody's running through for the quest objectives. So this one's really time dependent on how many other players are trying to do this at the same time. I'm trying to do this right before the server reset. We may see a lot of company. I'm going to go ahead and accept all of these though. Alright, next up, going to do some on Dromund Kaas, which is the next planet up. I'm not going to do all of these though. A lot of these are actually kind of a huge time waster. The only ones that I really want are Saving Face. That one's super fast and super easy. And I also happen to like Personal Challenge. This one, where is it? Possessed Hunter looks like it'd be very fast, but unfortunately it's a champion level bad guy, Valen Cork, that you have to fight at the end, and sometimes his respawn timer feels ridiculous, and there's always a lot of players kind of hunting him at the same time. Shadow Spawn can go kind of quick, but it's a scavenger hunt. Again, I feel like the time is not really worth the effort. Personal Challenge though, the Mandalorians respawn very fast. I like that one quite a bit. Friends of Old, I feel like is one of the biggest time wasters of that bunch on Dromund Kaas, and I would say to also just go ahead and skip it. Alright, so after that, we're going to look at the ones for Balmora. Excuse me, we're going to roll up here. There's only 3 I would even ever consider here. Here's what they are. Comrades in Arms, definitely take it. Toxic Bombs, definitely take it. The optional one out of this, I would say, is a Question of Motivation. And that would be the only one that I would maybe pick as a maybe. If you're looking for a little extra cash, you need some, go ahead and take it. I'm not doing it today. I just don't find it to be, I don't find really any of these to be super cost effective for the time. Question of Motivation would be like the next one up that I would say like, okay, maybe I would choose that one, maybe. All right, and last but not least, we're going to look at Tatooine, and there's one we're going to pick for Tatooine today, and that is Black Box. Nice, super quick, super easy, awesome one. Okay, let me just make sure. Did I grab Toxic Bombs from Balmora? I believe I did. Yes, good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start that timer, and we're going to get rolling. Okay, and we'll start with, well, which one do we want to start with? All right, here we go. Factory Recall. We'll start with Factory Recall. This is not my favorite one out of the Hutta ones, to be honest. It's just, like I said, super duper dependent upon how many other players are trying to do this one at the same time. The cool thing about Ord Mantell and doing these on Republic is that it's a little tiny island, and even if there's a lot of players going, you're never waiting very long for your next quest objective, and they all kind of lay on top of each other. With this one, you're doing a lot of ins and outs through some different structures, and, Imperial side seems to be a lot more competitive just naturally than the Republic side. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to come down this tunnel, and what I'm looking for are these black boxes over here on the sides, these little glowing panels. I need 4 of them. killing anything else in here is really just a bonus, and I had a player teleport in behind me, so I'm expecting that somebody else is going to run down here any second and start trying to reach for these objectives. So I'm really just focusing on hustling. Alright, I'm going to skip them, hit these guys. Again, this is the reason I chose AoE spec for this, is so I can just burn through mobs like this very fast. And you ought to see the way these guys melt when you have like full level gear on. My goodness. I've seen raiders with their 224 rating gear right now just absolutely annihilate everything in sight. But this is also like the lowest level planet you're going to go to for any heroics. This is one of the ones that I always say that even if you do have other players around, sometimes the juice is still worth the squeeze just because it's fast, it's easy, you know, the bad guys are weak, and the loot drops that you get are still ranked to your level. You know, selling all those greens that I just picked up can actually pick me up extra thousands of credits too, so. Alright, almost done out of here. I'm basically got to fight my way out now, and then we will head to the next quest objective for this. It looks like literally I'm horseman here. I also kind of feel bad about this. Anybody who's coming down the tunnel behind me, they're either going to have a very easy time, or if they're looking to get the bonus, they're going to have a very rough time. Easy time with the black boxes because they'll respawn with nobody around them. Bad time with the bonus objective because I'll pretty much have slain everything through it. This is also kind of killing our time. We're at 2 minutes and 13 seconds. I usually like to be done with an entire quest in that time. That's like the goal, is anything, each quest, you should take probably no more than 7 or 8, and they should all be done in under 2 minutes or less. That's the dream. That's how you get the most cost effectiveness. Up we go. Alright, we're gonna veer around over here to the right. And as soon as rocket boost is over, I'm gonna hop up and mount. Alright, we're going inside this building right here, where there are more bad guys to fight and consoles to look at. So, again, I'm just spamming AoE on these guys. It's a glorious thing to be a sniper. I'm getting a weird glitch on him. I'm just gonna skip him. Alright, and these are the terminals you need to grab for this quest. There's 4 of them. There's 2 down here, 2 up there. Alright. These guys are all dropping junk. Go. Alright, takes care of that.
Arthur will think twice the next time he muscles in on Nimrod's
You know what? I forgot to
business.
write down my starting cash for this. 12, 289, 443. Sorry, just wanted to write down the starting cash really quick before continuing on. Alright, next up on how to, let's do Man with the Steel Voice. There it is. This one is ridiculously awesome. Man with the Steel Voice, especially if you're a dark side character. If you're a light side character, there's an extra step you gotta take here. But if you have a companion with you like Mako and you're running a bounty hunter, she will actually very much like the, you know, some of the choices that you make on some of these quests, and her affection will go up. Alright, so I'm gonna talk to her. The last time I did this, I did dark side. Dark side's definitely faster, and I'll just show you that. If you're going for pure speed, choose dark side.
Purify the rib.
And then just run right here to this little console, and that'll be it. Ah, dang it, he got there just a second before I did. I had to wait for the respawn. Yep, there we go. Done and done. That's why, dark side, very easy. Alright, next up, we've got to, on Hutta, sorry, I actually have to look, hostage situation, that's right. Here we go. I think it's just that green door that's right in front of me, but anything that saves you a little bit of time, might as well just do it. Alright, for this, I'm going to head up these ramps, and I'm going to head back up to that door up there. It looks like somebody just came through here and killed all the bad guys. That's fine with me. I'm just going to run past all these. Alright, and up through this door. There's a panel right here that we got to click. Last time I came through here on a different sniper, I was the guy killing all these guys. It's kind of nice that Karma's returned to me now. Okay, that's done. I'm going to pop Rocket Boost. Here's where we're going. On the opposite end of this place, down here, we're going to this doorway, right over there. I'm going to try to avoid running into this group for speed's sake. We're already up to 6 minutes. I'd like to be done with this quest and hopefully have made up some time. Oh, dang it. Almost made that. Almost. Almost made it. Trying to beat the elevator. Alright. But I do know what's down here. We got one champion level bad guy. We're going to go ahead and ambush him. I really thought he'd die from that first ambush. Alright. I was mistaken. Alright, I'm going to click on this panel, free these guys. I got to run back out and talk to the foreman. Again, I'm working to kind of avoid mobs here, just for speed's sake. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. Time is a wasting, and time is money. Here we go. Heading out this door, following those guys. Interesting, he's in a heel stance. Alright, and now I can mount up, and here we go. I'm gonna let him deal with that dude. Okay. We are out of here. Next up, Saving Face. Saving Face is like by far and away my favorite of the heroics on Dromund Kaas. Even if there's a ton of other players running around, it only actually helps you, because they are probably running into trash and clearing it for you. And this one just goes lickety-split. It's definitely the one must-have heroic on Dromund Kaas to do. Alright, here we are. I'm going to veer straight to the right, avoiding mobs by hugging this wall. If I have to take out some of these guys, it's no big deal. They're still pretty weak on this planet. This guy just grabbed bombs off of this corpse. I gotta wait for that corpse to respawn. This is one of the reasons I do not like being on the Imperial side to do this. So if you guys watched my Gunslinger video, when I did this on my Gunslinger for pub side, hopefully you notice it's just most of the pub side ones are instanced for you. So you run through a green gate and now everything's already set up for you to either kill, slay, or find your target objective. These open world ones where you have to compete with objectives, for some reason they loaded up the Imperial side with a lot of them. Almost all of them, really. And so you really got to be kind of selective if you're looking to do a speed run and you don't want to compete with other players. It does kind of fit with the Imperial philosophy of competition and that only the best rise to the top. But it's kind of a pain in the butt when all you really want to do is spend like 15 minutes and make a ton of cash. Alright, this wave 2, we got one more wave. I'm going to pop a trench for this and take out this Taskmaster. I'm going to bounce my companion around a little bit, but that's alright. He's only got that one move, Spinning Strikes. I can absorb it and then interrupt it. And he is done. Okay, next up, we're going to kill some Mandos. We're going to do Personal Challenge.
Here's the credits, as promised.
Now with Personal Challenge, again, open world. A bunch of people could have already killed a bunch of Mandos. I may have to wait for respawns, but at least usually the respawns will come pretty quick. So I can already see we've already got some Mandos out in the open field. This is good for me. I'm going to hit some with a grenade, and then I'm going to AoE down these guys. Alright, I'm going to try to grab as many of these guys as I possibly can before... There we go. Trying to get through this as quick as possible. If I could pull all of them at the same time, I probably would. Yeah, in fact, I might actually be able to. Let's see. The thing is, they're all ranged, so they'll stand right where they're at and just shoot at you. One of the things that, if I want to pull a big group, I kind of like it when it's melee, and that way, you know, the melee group, I can line of sight them and they'll all run around a corner and just pile right up into my AoEs. Okay, that's it. Killed all those guys. I'm gonna push this button here. We'll get Krieg, or Craig, or yeah, however you want to pronounce it. I'm gonna do the same thing I just did for the last guy on Saving Face. Gonna pop a trench and just blast him. That's it. That's Saving Face. That's how, or excuse me, that's Personal Challenge. That's how we like to do it. Next up, we're going to do Toxic Bombs. Toxic Bombs is on Balmora. Another one that is thankfully instanced. Run through the green gate, kill any of the bad guys you want to do for the bonus, and click on the quest objective and you're out. Not competing with any other players. Alright, here we go. This is a great little quest. If you're going to do any on Balmora, this is one I recommend you absolutely do. So, with this, the quest objective is just to kill, I think it's about 8 these guys, if I remember right. Excuse me, 5 of the bomb makers, and we already killed 1. You can choose to skip it. It's 12,000 credits or so. You know, if you're really desperate for some fast credits, then I say just go for it. You know, they're not really tough. If you don't need the credits and you're looking more for speed and to get a volume of these quests done, then you can most of the time run around a bunch of these guys and you know, just get it that way. I am going to kill these 2. There's 2 bomb makers there. I'm just going to go for the bonus right now. Might as well. These guys really aren't all that big time to speak of. Kill them, and then there's 2 bomb makers behind me and to my left. Right over here. And that'll finish this one up. Got to do that before I hit the button. My bad. Alright, next up, we're going to do Comrades in Arms. Oh, I missed one on Hutta. That's okay, no problem. We'll go back and hit that one. You can do these pretty much in any order. I just like to try to do like all the ones for one planet and then move to the next planet. That just saves loading time on loading screens. I'm going to go ahead and do Dark Side for this. It doesn't matter, you can choose either light or dark, you still got to do the same thing. Okay, so think of this one like a race. The goal here is to get all the way to this quest objective on the map over here and fighting as few people as possible. And if there's a lot of other players around, that's actually not such a bad thing on this one, because hopefully they're killing the trash between you and the goal line. There's a little box at the end on a small respawn timer. You know, if you end up pulling a lot of these guys by mistake, and you know, getting their aggression, that's cool. If you're a sniper, just ride through it, get to the quest objective. There's a natural line of sight up that ramp. I'll show you where, and you can just, you know, AoE these guys down. Really, no fuss, no muss. I'm gonna come up here, and I'm gonna click on this, and we got it. Okay. Alright, so now here's my bad guys coming in to just be shot by me. I'm having a little trouble hitting this guy for some reason. Oh, there's 2 on top of each other. That's what I wasn't seeing. Okay. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna ride back now to the droid I started this quest on. That's kind of a cool mount. What I like to do to come back is I like to take the upper ridge here that you're seeing over here on the right hand side. That way we avoid the mess of anything down there. And hug to the left side. You'll skip right around these droids without much of a problem. Jump onto this ship piece here and use it kind of like a loading ramp. Oh man, can I make that? Can I make that ramp? Oh, come on, elevator, 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 jump! Ah, yes! We made it. I love it when the timer works out. We're at 15 minutes, by the way, so close to being, like, usually that's what I like, is about a 15-minute run. We've still got to turn this one in, and we have 2 more to go, but the last 2 are really fast. There'd be a little less time if I hadn't forgotten to do that other one on Hutta. I mean, a shorter time overall. Spacebar, spacebar, spacebar. We're done. Okay, next, I'm going to go ahead and just do really fast. I'm going to go to Black Box on Tatooine. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to do the one I forgot on Hutta first. This is one of the simplest ones on Hutta, and thankfully this one is behind an instant store, so you never have to worry that you have to wait on a quest objective, which is really nice. Alright, so I do have some trash. I can see them starting to reload in. I'm going to try to make it to this guy before everything else pops up. Save some time. Alright, that's the trash. Alright, here's what we got. We got one champion bad guy here and 2 turrets. My companions are going to pretty much just naturally take out the turrets. I'll focus in on him. Or, if you kill him fast enough apparently, the turrets don't even have to pop up. Even faster. I'm going to click on this panel here. God, I love this quest. This is, if only they all could be this simple. I'm going to roll out. I'm going to make sure it blows up behind me. As soon as it does, that quest is done. Moving on. Last one is called Black Box. It's on Tatooine. And this one, the speed of this one depends on how good you are at managing your aggro range. Alright, so here we are on Tatooine. I'm going to skip past all these mobs. If you want, you can go for the bonus. The bonus is killing 18 of these sand people in any order, any type, doesn't matter, just 18 of them. And that'll get you 18,000 credits. I just skip it. Honestly, the 18,000 credits, I feel you make that up by doing easier quests at lower levels. If you want to, though, this center area here that I'm looking at with my camera is a great place to just tear through some. Alright, here we go. Somebody was just in here. That's cool. Alright, so as soon as I click on this, usually you have to fight this group out here. Looks like somebody already did. That's fine with me. I'm just going to AoE the ambushing group. And we're going to call this one a day. The only one you ever need on Tatooine.
Don't think I'll forget it.
There's another one that's kind of quick too, but this is the one I like the best. That's it. I'm stopping the timer. That was at 18:35. I'm going to go ahead and go to my house on Tatooine here, which is why I chose to do this one last. And I'll go ahead and cash out. We'll see how much we made. Alright, here we are. Let's sell the trash. Junk. And again, this varies from run to run on how much trash you'll end up getting. Also, I'll take a note, doing this particular order nets you none of the artifacts for Sonoray out of your faction. You won't get any of the special items for her. Alright, I'm going to pause for just a sec and plug in the new numbers compared to our old, and we'll see how much we made. Okay, so grand total was a little over 200,000 credits. The exact number was 203,055 credits compared to how we started. So it wasn't quite as rich. It took a little bit longer than it did on pub side, but a lot of this is dependent on the trash that you get. If you get more greens and blues, that number can easily go up. 20, 30,000, no problem. But also, don't forget, these crates here, turning those into those, different members of your faction can net some very, very nice rewards. You can definitely get really rich companion gifts. The ones that I like the most are, say, like these military gear ones, those pump up HK, or right now on the GTN, 5 of those will go for a little over $500,000. So when you're popping those crates open, you're also getting legacy gear as well, and that's pretty sweet. Looks good. Or you can just sell it for, a couple thousand credits a piece. So this number by no means is the final number that you get just from the credits that you achieve from the quests. There's also those loot crates that net you some more cash. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I wanted to do this Imperial side version of this this run so you guys could kind of see the difference between the pub and the Imperial side. And just hear from a player who's been doing this a while and say, hey, here's why I think this is faster. I would say between the two, if you're looking to farm a lot, and you want to do these heroics, I would lean more towards the Republic side, especially if you have characters that can go to Ord Mantell. That is just way quicker than doing the Imperial side. If you are doing Imperial side, I highly recommend the run that I just showed you. You know, and stick to these guidelines. Look for quests that are in instanced areas that have very, very short and achievable objectives. Toxic bombs is the perfect example on Balmora. You walk through a green gate, you fight a few bad guys, you click on a few things, and you're done. You know, anything that is in the open world where your quest objective is to kill XYZ or loot something from XYZ bad guy and use it to do something else, those are all big kind of, you know, X marks in my book. I try to avoid those as much as possible. You're going to be competing with other players. Depending on how busy the server is and how many other players you've got, it can really increase the amount of time that you're spending on it. And the rewards don't really change much. All that really changes is the amount of time you're spending on that quest. All right, so guys, I hope you had a great time. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Please click subscribe to my channel if you want to see me put out more information like this. And I will see you next time.